I almost made it through all of 2024 without getting another car, and I was okay with that. In fact, I recently thinned the herd and got rid of 2 cars. I'd say I took 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards, but those cars don't compare to what I have now. I took 2 steps forward, then leaped. I thought I was done with these. I had 3 before, then finally upgraded to what I always wanted, so there was no reason to get another one again. My brother got an RX-8 not too long ago. It's just an RX-8. There's nothing special about those.
It popped the hood.
Pop the hood?
Pop the hood.
I know what it looks like under an RX-8. That doesn't look right. The cell posts looked good. A 2004 Mazda RX-8, LQ4 6.0 engine, CD009 6-speed transmission, BTR Hot Cam, 8.8 rear diff, TEIN Coilovers. Needs a tune, no AC, no power steering, and no 3rd gear. He really didn't do anything with it besides rip it around the area here and there. I got a message, think I might list the RX-8 soon if you're interested. I said, I have all of the interest. Later it goes up for sale. The details carry over from the original sale post, which I don't have any pictures of. I go to check it out for the first time. I load it up and take it to the WFO location. So, like I said before, I had 3 of these. My first RX-8 flooded during a hurricane. My second RX-8 was T-boned. The third RX-8 I sold. I ended up finally getting an RX-7, so I never had interest in another RX-8 after that. Or, not completely true, I did toss up the idea of a swapped one, and now I have one that is already swapped. Pros and cons to that, by the way. Went up in the lift for the first time. We are going through it to see what it all needs. The original sale ad said it needed a tune, and that was never addressed. This lift is convenient. The oil filter is relocated up front near the oil cooler. The radiator is aluminum and looks to be in the factory location. The steering rack is depowered. We have a swap oil pan. A flat steel bore was the transmission crossmember, or it is one. So the oil filter was required to be relocated with this pan. CD009 transmission made it to a T56 bell housing with a Collins adapter. Long tube headers. Got some dash 6AN fuel line. Two-and-a-half-inch exhaust goes to the next pipe. A lot of exhaust leaks. TEIN Coilovers. Swap axles with an 8.8 rear end from an Explorer. An IRS don't usually do this. It must be welded. CX Racing swap mounts. There's a mechanical oil pressure gauge that's just kind of chilling in the engine bay. This master cylinder don't look too effective. Gauge pod pillar, barely holding on. Factory gauges don't work, and every light that can be on is on. Starter wires. The starter needed to be changed. Got the hardware in place. The fuel pump wiring was spliced and exposed. The mass airflow sensor was facing the wrong direction. There was one ground in the engine bay that went from the block to the strut tower, which was painted. We added more just to see if it fixes any ground issues. A freeze plug is where a block-off plate should be. The power cable that leads to the relocated battery is a jumper cable. The ground was the other half of the jumper cable. I picked up some new cables out of a BMW. There was a monstrosity of madness behind the dash. The power cable runs directly from the battery to a cutoff switch in the dash. It looks like the wires were shorting out on the dashboard here. Man, that cleaned it up a lot. It was nasty before. The new cable runs pretty much the same. The remaining issues will eventually all be corrected. It's not well sorted for sure, but I will say, it was priced at $6,000 and not at $15,000. The current build list is still a pretty good value for the cost of the car. A running and driving swapped RX-8 for $6,000, I think that's a win. I got an LS swapped RX-8 and he already replaced it with